Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be doing another review of the Cats up against the Blues, which was a Thursday night game. Been busy, getting into it. I went to the game, then came back, and pretty much now I'm free to talk about it. So, busy couple of days, and yeah, now we can talk about it, review it if it hasn't already been digested and discussed quite significantly, but. Yeah, Cats are 0-2. I haven't seen that for a very long time. Only seen it once. That was in 2015 when Geelong were 0-2 and we didn't make finals that year. And it's very tough to make finals from 0-2. Yeah, not a great affair from Geelong, but it has to be said. A tough night at the ground, sort of watching on. Just seeing a Carlton side more hungry, more desperate, more urgent than we were. That's the crux of it, really. Early signs, even Kerno's first goal was quite easy. Lots of really easy goals with not a lot of pressure from our side that we know that we can produce. Early on the scoreboard was relatively in control, although Carlton had control of the game, it felt. We were able to sort of, tick the scoreboard over a little bit, but it definitely burst open as the game sort of wore on, and especially in that third turn. But Premiership quarter, as they call it, Blues piled on 6, and we piled on 4, but just, kind of fell apart in that third term when Carlton got that run and carry going. Our inability just to, work hard, spread from the contest, be beaten in contest, and then outspread from the contest, all of those key things when you're seeing more Carlton players and Cats players, that means Carlton's working really hard, and conversely we weren't. So there's definitely a few bits and pieces. I mean, I've seen lots of commentary around Geelong have a few injuries and whatnot, but honestly, the back line's still pretty handy even without Stewart, Henry, Duncan. I might be missing Cole Jasney's another best 22 player for us. Definitely disruptive, but the pressure we're not applying is the key thing when we're getting belted up in the midfield, which is then making the forward line not function as it should, and then the back line are left out they're left out to dry really, and we just have a few players not quite up to speed. I think DK is not quite right, but he's literally playing because we've got almost no one else to come in. Hawk doesn't look quite right. We've just got some new players come in. And sort of slowly getting used to the system and what it all looks like. But ultimately, that midfield is, I do have a few concerns over it. We need Bruin in there, not on the wing. He's an inside mid beast. Chuck him there and see how he goes rather than out in the wing where he's not going to be super productive. But just lots of turnovers, panicking under pressure, which is just unusual. The old Geelong, I would have thought. Carlton very hungry, played really well, like that, and they are a good side. At our best, we're a better side, and we're so far away from what that looks like at the moment. Scotty's very confident that that they can get back to that, and I'm not sitting here at 0-2 going the world's over. I'm concerned, but I'm not in a position where it's like, our season's over, but I feel like it could be over pretty quickly as well if we don't get our act together and start playing the Geelong way, the way in which it looks a bit more in line with what we're used to seeing. And can't question the fight back, which we did have in the last quarter. That definitely we'll often show that, and then when it comes off and you win, like it's amazing, it's incredible. You steal a win almost. When it doesn't come off, you sort of feel pretty flat about it. But credit to the Blues defensively, they did a really good job. The pressure was really good. Out of the stoppage was great, as we would have expected. But when Kerno and Mackay just tear us up like they didn't last time, it was probably late in the year. They were a bit tired. That's also possible. I'm not even sure if Mackay played last time, but I know, pretty sure Kerno did. But we never can. We'll see in the stats soon, but we never can see things like 17 marks inside 50, and big key forwards getting a holers like that. That hardly ever happens, and that's off the back of the. I put a lot of pressure on the midfield, but ultimately that's where it is. If you're winning the ball, you're giving your forwards best chance. You're putting the defence under pressure for the opposition. Conversely, if you're not, and you're not working hard from the contest when it's not going your way, then you're made to look ordinary. And that's what we've been the first 2 weeks. And it's a very long season. That's what I do know. And I know we'll keep fighting back. And I know we're a proud club. What I don't know is I haven't seen 0-2 very often. I haven't seen us lose 2 in a row very often either, which probably keeps us in a lot of finals mixes just by the fact of being able to respond to a loss. Colin and Carlton, you expect them to be finalists. We're not really playing like a finalist side, probably playing like a bottom 6 side, really. Maybe just outside of the 8, really. So there's a bit to work with for sure. It is concerning. It's not season over by any means. Would want to win against Gold Coast though. You don't want to go in 0-3. You do, even as a side that's just won a premiership, you do need that confidence sort of early on in the season. Go, oh yeah, we'll be okay. And I think internally they believe that. Time will tell though if they want to turn it up. Other sides very hungry. We don't have quite that hunger, don't have quite that energy and the synergy amongst the team. And a few players just aren't quite right. It's just hunger's obviously never going to be the same as it was after winning it last year. You're in a position now where you haven't, you've won it. There's going to be less hunger. That's almost guaranteed. Even if it's a couple of percent, and a couple of percent can be significant when it comes to win-loss. So there's lots of little things aren't quite right at the moment. Will they get better? I suspect they will, but we wouldn't want to probably win, the next few. There's no real easy games. With the way we're playing at the moment, they're all going to be tricky, but we just need to bank some wins and gets on the board, basically, as soon as possible. Let's look at the numbers. Carlton got a lot more of the ball, as we can see there, plus 50, just shy of 55 there, 54. More possessions. Inside 50s, we're able to, get some ascendancy there, but their inside 50s, their efficiency inside 50, which we'll cover shortly, was why they won the game. Disposal efficiency, again, from our side, lots of silly turnovers. Carlton used it relatively well. We didn't apply a lot of pressure to them, so they were able to use it well. Efficiency inside 50, we can see that the Blues nearly every second time and beyond they went in, they scored. So dangerous signs, and we weren't as efficient. I think we kicked relatively 12-10s, just above 50%. Where are we at? Free kicks. Carlton +9. Hitouts, they got the job done there. Clearances, I think there's clearances. I reckon every one of theirs was running out at 12 o'clock. We won the centre clearances, but again, it didn't feel like we probably got that first handball, but then pressure from the opposition. Contested ball, which is just a stat we're usually so proud in, and understandably Carlton, very good in that area. -16 sort of got, taken apart there. And these sort of numbers here, just getting belted on the outside, which is where Carlton got that run and carry, and they follow the Collingwood blueprint. Just keep running with the ball, and that put us under pressure. Turnovers, we got more, and this is what I've been surprised with as well. Just with the uncontested ball, we've seen a massive increase in marks for the opposition, and we haven't been able to find a mark. We've just been kicking long down the line, just don't quite have that instinct about us, in which we would just run the ball up by hand and be creative and work hard for each other. I'm not seeing that, and haven't seen it for the first 2 weeks. And this goes back to even the Brisbane game as well, where it was pretty sluggish. So it's kind of like 3 pretty poor games in a row. So I do have some concerns, taking into account that preseason game. Good against the Tigers at home, but there's a lot to work on. There's a lot of room for improvement. moving back to marks inside 50, like we never can see these sorts of numbers, as I was saying earlier. Like, it's just crazy. What have we leveled up there? Contested marks. I think Harry Mackay took 4 contested marks in the last 2 minutes of the game. No one was anywhere near him. 13 goals to 12. Yeah, we're up for a little bit of the game. At least we tackle more. That's about the only positive about this game, and some more pressure inside 50, which I reckon most of that was in the last quarter. A bit more run and carry, which kind of surprised me, really. The frustrating, like, it's a great trait to be able to sort of come back and make it really interesting. Like, again, we put ourselves in a position to win. We didn't win, and you're not always going to win, come from behind. But it is also frustrating how it takes 3 quarters to deliver that kind of intensity. Like how Geelong played in the last quarter is how we know they can play for extended periods, and really off the back of a solid last quarter, almost pinched it. Would have been a major steal. Wasn't to be, but you kind of go, why do you have to wait till you're 5 goals down to play that aggressive attacking style that you know is going to give you the best chance to win the game? Well, I don't know why I've gone back to 2021 Geelong, but anyway. I'm just an outsider living as a small speck of dust in this ecosystem, commenting my thoughts on it all. All right, moving on to the stats and the votes. Votes were interesting. Jeremy Cameron, again, featuring in the votes, gets a 3 this week. 6 goals, 25 disposals, 8 marks. He was on fire, nearly 600 metres gained. Yeah, probably the best player on the night as well. He was, just incredible the way he finished off. Some amazing work. He worked up really hard up around the ground. And, a strong aerial presence once again for us. For the 2 votes, I'll give it to Holmes. He got the 23, 4 tackles, 4 marks, 4 clearances, and a few goals just next to his name. I thought, his run and dash and carry was really prominent, and I'm not really sure why I'm giving midfielders too many votes here, considering, we probably lacked zip in there for sure. 1 vote, I'll go to Jack Bowes. He had the 20 touches and 5 tackles, which was really good. 3 clearances as well. Unfortunately, missed a sitter late, which would have been great if he was able to get that through. But I thought, especially early when the whips were cracking, he was super clean, super composed, and liked the way he went about it. Like, he was tough and had a real red-hot crack. So I liked the way he went about it, giving him a vote. Isaac Smith was probably very stiff not to get a vote because I felt like he ran and worked really hard. Okay, I'm going to go through the rest. I think that's the worst 25 disposal game in Guthrie's life. He turned it over at will. He looks a shell of himself. Anyway, might need to get the old Cam Guthrie back would be great. 25, 6 marks, 4 tackles. They moved to halfback, was good late. Smith was really good. Had 23, 4 tackles, 6 marks. Always gains a lot of meterage. Works super hard, and I felt like he got a lot of sort of running chains going for us. Dangerfield, 22, again, 8 tackles, 8 clearances. So again, he tries really hard, and a lot of in and under stuff, 70% game time, but just not the impact that we're used to seeing. Blitzars was okay. He kicked a goal, which was important. 18 disposals, a couple of tackles in there. Again, it feels like at portions you're kind of unsure what's going on. I think he might have tagged Cripps a little bit. But I felt like, definitely in the last he lifted. Most of the team did, really. Atkins had 13, 12 tackles. Incredible. I didn't really even notice it at the ground. It's an incredible effort, nearly as many tackles as possessions. So definitely, workhorse. Didn't quite get as much impact on the game as he would have liked from a ball in hand, but definitely defensively really good. Would like more of that, please. Myers' game was pretty solid. He had 18, 3 goal assists, really good. I think he got 3 goal assists last week, setting them up very nicely, and using the ball relatively well. Will still turn it over occasionally with the types of kicks he tries to bite off, but sometimes you need to take a risk, I guess. Stanley had 16, had a fair bit of the ball, didn't have a stack of impacts, and went off as the sub. Not sure if he was injured or just Scotty was happy for him to sit down on the bench. Tui, again, just under a lot of pressure, didn't have much composure. Had a bit of the ball, but yeah, again, not his usual output that we'd like to see. Zach Guthrie is always pretty solid down back. Like the way he goes about it. Henry was alright. He kicked a couple and ended up with a few marks. Yeah, there's at times where you feel like he could go a bit hard at the ball, just has to make an aerial contest and not get out marked. He's very young and he'll learn. He'll be better for it. But yeah, a couple of goals each week is good. Just need, get that ball to ground or mark it, basically, and ensure, there's tackling pressure in that forward line, especially from him. Stengel's game was handy. He got 12 disposals, 3 goal assists again. The small forward's doing some great work there. He's always really dangerous and stuff happens when he has the ball. Buse is relatively quiet. Didn't get too much run and dash from him. But, I don't think there's too many dangerous small forwards. But I think I always kicked 3 and Durden might have kicked a garbage goal from the pocket after being tackled. Rowan was relatively quiet. He kicked a goal, 7 touches, missed one late. Bruin, very quiet. Played just over half of game time. So they're definitely, holding him back a little bit. But only got 10 touches and did a great, amazing bit of play late until he kicked it out on the full, and that was not going to work. Very frustrating indeed. De Koning, again, looks a little bit underdone. Got a bit of the ball. Loves a handball. Don't know why whichever player handballed to him inside in the middle did that, because it takes a while to get the ball to boot, but whatever. O'Connor was alright. Didn't really get much of it. Close kicked a goal. 8 touches. Again, really quiet sort of game from him. But again, the midfield not really giving him amazing chances, and just may not be working as hard as 2022. Closey, but I'm sure he and a lot of players can bounce back. Hawk was pretty quiet, kicked a goal, 8 touches, couple of goal assists there for him, and played a lot of game time. Again, just looks a little bit injured, or maybe more so just not quite right. Again, hopefully as the season goes on, he'll be in better stead. Radaglia was okay, got the 6 touches, 3 marks. He definitely, when he's in the perimeter, he's able to sort of impact, and it's good in terms of being able to chase and follow up. Kerno kicked 5. I don't know who was on Kerno. I'm pretty sure it was Radaglia and De Koning, but either way, I think kicked 5, so it's no good. The midfield didn't really help out too much there. Cooper Wyatt, just the 1 kick. He was on sub very late in the piece, and it didn't really hit it well. But that's all right. I want to see a bit more of Cooper Wyatt, because we know he's got good run and carry about him, and he's a good player. Going to be a good player. All right. So that's a review of the game, the stats, all the numbers, players, and just where we're at the moment. So I'm not calling it hangover just yet. I might need to see another game or 2, but clearly need to get some wins on the board and just get playing some better footy. Just need to start working harder and just try and pick out what we're trying to achieve and sort of go from there, really. But disappointing start to 2023. Don't know if it was expected or not, but either way, it was 2 tough games coming up at the MCG. Failed those so far. We know what we need to do. Actually doing it is another thing. So it's been tough. I only seen 0-2 once. Not used to losing. I saw 16 wins in a row and thought, oh, how easy is this? And I never saw Geelong win 16 in a row, but I have seen them win 15 in a row now 3 times. I think 15 in a row plus. Thinking how good's this last year, and haven't tasted a win yet this year, but hopefully not too far away if we can just iron out a few things and get in good order. We'll see how it all pans out. Guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe away as well, and keep clicking back. More content to come. AFL tips videos, and yeah, whenever Geelong play, I will have a chat about how they went. All good, bad, and ugly. Beautiful guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you joining and listening in. I'll see you on the next video.